Hi, I had surgery about a week ago, and I was just wondering about some symptoms I've got. I'm not too worried, but I thought I'd just call just to make sure. But this morning I had a bit of bleeding. Um, yeah, okay. Right, okay. When do you think the earliest the stitches would dissolve? Okay, it's been about a week and a day. Okay, yeah, yeah. That was it, I think. Okay, thank you. Bye. This week started off with some bleeding that I kind of assumed was my stitches dissolving, but as it was only a week and a bit post-op, I thought it would be best to ask the ward if that was normal and what it was. I called them and I got a bit of conflicting information. One nurse said that it would take about 2 weeks for my internal stitches to dissolve, and when I called on the phone about the bleeding, the nurse said that it would take about 6 to 8 weeks to dissolve, so it was probably too early for it to be my stitches, but the bleeding was normal. But from what I've heard before, it seems like 2 weeks is the stitches dissolving kind of period, so I'm assuming that's what it was because I haven't had much bleeding since. This week has been difficult, more difficult than the first, I think, and it's been tough mentally as well as physically. I really underestimated my recovery time. In my head, when I went through surgery, I was thinking I'd be able to go back to uni just under 2 weeks post-op, and I don't think that's the case at all. I'm kind of in the headspace that I'll be returning after Christmas. Not because I won't be able to resume back to normal before then, but more so because I'm really far behind, because in the last 2-3 weeks I've not been able to do any work and I don't feel ready to go back yet. I think it would be pushing myself too much if I had in my head that I was going back really soon, and that would put stress on me and just mess up my recovery time anyway, so it's not really worth it. In terms of pain for the second week, I kind of feel like I've got two balloons expanding either side of my stomach, and I'm assuming that's swelling, but that's the kind of feeling that it has at the moment. It's not really painful apart from the odd cramping that I get, but it's not comfortable and it's quite constant, where it feels like tight and swollen inside, and like my kind of hip areas, or where my ovaries used to be, kind of expanding and pressing onto my skin, if that makes sense. On Saturday, I was a few days shy of being 2 weeks post-op, so I decided to go out for the first time. Me and Paul went to a garden centre just to find some kind of Christmas decorations, and I thought it would be okay because I've got a sheet that tells me what activities I'm allowed to do when and kind of how much. And on this booklet I got, it said that at the end of the first week I should take a small short walk to see how things go, and I hadn't been out yet, so I thought it's gonna be fine, I'm gonna be able to go out, no problem. And so we went, and on the way back we stopped off somewhere to get a drink and some blankets and stuff, and I just was in agony. There was shooting pains from my back passage, and it was so painful I couldn't sit. I didn't know what was going on. It felt like something had stabbed me, and it was just really horrible. So I called the ward again and I asked if what I experienced was normal, and the person on the phone was like, yeah, that's fine. She kind of cut me off mid-sentence just to say that that was normal. I've just had surgery, so don't worry, and that's fine. I didn't really get to tell her that it was so bad I couldn't sit, but she was like, that's fine, don't worry, it's fine, you've had surgery, it's fine. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just go home, have a nap. Maybe I've been taking it too hard somehow. In the next day or two, I spoke to my mum about it, and she told me to call the ward again to get kind of a second opinion. And so I did, and they said if it continues for another few days, come in and see us or go and see a doctor. But for now, it's not really anything to worry about. So I've kind of just been taking medication for that, taking it easy. I think it was a bit of a wake-up call, because even though I feel like I'm not doing anything, and Paul's doing everything for me, and I'm not going out or making food or lifting heavy things, I was still kind of like lifting Theo up and going up and down the stairs multiple times a day to go to the toilet, and kind of doing as much as I could without pushing myself too much. I have just felt so useless and so like helpless, and I hate feeling like that. I lived with someone who made little comments about me, saying that I don't care for other people and other people run around for me. I think that has kind of like messed with my perception of how I am and how I interact with people, so that if I don't do everything I possibly can for someone, then I feel awful. And even though I'm recovering from surgery, I still hear that comment in my head, even though at that time I was being kind and helping, and I think they just said it as a joke because Paul did something nice for me. But it's really played on my mind, and I have to really remind myself that I'm literally recovering from having some organs taken out, and I've been told to take it easy for 6 to 8 weeks, and a week post-op I'm pushing myself because I want to be able to do everything. I don't know, it's weird how little comments like that can affect you so much. So this week I've kind of just been taking it as easy as possible and just chilling, making the most of being able to rest and appreciating it and getting cozy and kind of trying to get in the Christmas spirit, because what else can I do right now, really? Also, I apologise for the lighting. I'm in front of a big window and the sun is coming in and out and stuff. So, yeah, that's about it for this week. I have been struggling a bit, but it's okay. And I'm actually recording this into my 3rd week, so things have changed a bit, but I'll talk a bit about that next time. You'll have to wait for that. But yeah, this week has more been about the mind and really taking it slow and being okay with that, because it's a lot harder than I thought it would be to not be able to do anything. I hope everyone's doing well, and I hope you're having a great day and a great week and a great month and a great everything, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.